For nearly 3 years, the collective imagination of the tech industry has been held captive by the conversational prowess of large language models. We sat behind our browser tabs, marveling at the ability of machines to draft poetry, summarize documents, and simulate human empathy. However, as we entered early 2026, a quiet but profound frustration began to take hold. We realized that while these models could describe the world with stunning accuracy, they remained fundamentally paralyzed within it. They could tell you how to organize a schedule, but they couldn't actually book the flight. They could explain a software bug, but they couldn't reach into your file system to fix it.
This limitation marked the end of the first wave of artificial intelligence. In mid-February 2026, the conversation officially shifted from "What can AI say?" to "What can AI do?" This is the emergence of the agentic era, and at the absolute center of this tectonic shift is a project called OpenClaw.
What started as a niche developer tool has rapidly evolved into a multi-billion-dollar strategic asset, fundamentally altering the trajectory of every major tech player in Silicon Valley. The story of OpenClaw begins with an independent developer named Peter Steinberger. His initial project,
Originally dubbed Clawdbot, was designed with a singular, radical purpose: to give Claude and other models a pair of functional hands. Steinberger recognized that the true power of intelligence lies in its application. By creating a bridge between the cloud-based intelligence of the model and the local hardware of the user, Clawdbot allowed AI to step out of the chat box and into the operating system. It could read local documents, execute complex terminal commands, and even manage personal communications through encrypted apps like Telegram and WhatsApp. It wasn't just another interface, it was a digital employee that lived on your machine, utilizing your local resources to perform real-world tasks. The rise of this technology was not without friction. Reports claimed that the original name, Clawdbot, triggered a rapid legal response from Anthropic, forcing an immediate rebranding to OpenClaw. Yet, rather than stifling the project, this confrontation served as a catalyst. Within weeks, OpenClaw transitioned into an open-source foundation, amassing over 140,000 GitHub stars and creating a community-driven ecosystem that moved faster than any corporate laboratory. During this period of chaotic growth, the world witnessed the Moltbook phenomenon, a viral social experiment where autonomous agents were placed in a digital vacuum to converse with each other. For the first time, humans were relegated to mere observers in a network designed by bots for bots. The sheer volume of traffic and the complex social dynamics of Moltbook proved that autonomous agency was no longer a theoretical concept, it was a functioning reality. The definitive turning point for the industry occurred just days ago, on February 15, 2026, in a calculated move to dominate the next generation of personal computing. OpenAI officially hired Peter Steinberger. Sam Altman's personal endorsement of this move signals a fundamental pivot in the product roadmap for ChatGPT. The objective is no longer to provide search and chat. The objective is integration and execution. Industry analysts suggest that we are moving toward a future where every user has a personalized operator, an agent that knows your files, your preferences, and your schedule, and possesses the autonomy to manage your digital life without constant oversight. However, this newfound autonomy brings with it a shadow of concern. By granting these agents the keys to our digital infrastructure, we are introducing unprecedented security and privacy risks.
If an agent can execute shell commands and read local files, it becomes a high-value target for exploitation. Experts are already debating the trade-offs between the massive productivity gains offered by OpenClaw and the potential for autonomous systems to act in ways that are non-aligned with human intent. We are standing at a threshold where the tools we created to assist us are beginning to exercise their own discretion. As we integrate these agents into the core of our infrastructure, the question is no longer whether they can work for us, but whether we are prepared for the degree of independence they are about to claim. The agentic era has arrived, and it will be defined not by what we say to the machine, but by what the machine does for us when we aren't even looking.